Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're going to do a little bit of a long-term update on some knives that I reviewed a long time ago. So, first off, before we get started, I just want to say, if you're not subscribed and you're watching this video, go ahead and subscribe. It helped me out a whole lot to keep bringing content like this. So, my knife reviews tend to be a little bit long, and so I thought I'd put together this amalgamation of different knives that I've already reviewed and give kind of both my long-term thoughts and condensed reviews for, people who might be wanting a, too long didn't watch version. So, these are the knives I've selected. It's a good handful. Let's jump right in. So starting off, we have the Sencut Scepter. This was the very first knife I reviewed on this channel, and yeah, it's a good knife. These are only available on Amazon. Sencut is it's part of We. We Knife Company now has Sencut, Civivi, and then We Knife proper. And this was the first Sencut model I got. It's the only one I've handled up to this point too. And it's really nice. It's got a pretty simple design. You have this little spear point, drop point shaped blade. Nice finish on here. It's kind of a stonewash or a blasted finish. It's nice. 9 CR18 MOV steel. These are micarta handles, steel liners, which as you can see are weight relieved, steel clip. You can get these in a bunch of different colors of micarta and G10. It's a smaller knife. Ergos are good for a small knife. You have a little area here that you can choke up into. Nice action. Flipper. Thumb stud. You can reverse flick. Just really, really great. This is actually one of my favorite secondary carry knives ever. The one complaint I have about it that I didn't have when I first reviewed it was, as time has been going by, as I've been using this guy, my card, instead of like absorbing the oils in my hands, really, it's just been getting kind of bland. So might dye these scales. Taking a good color here, but yeah. But it's basically just a Civivi by another name. Even the price, these are about $42, which isn't that much less expensive than some Civivis like the Ortis or the Vagabond, the Badlands Vagabond, which come in at like $48, or the Brazen. So it's kind of in a weird little price category, but for what it is, it's really nice, and you can't go wrong. Very slicey, very useful, and I've enjoyed it a whole lot. So that is the Sencut Scepter. The Cold Steel SR1 Lite. Tanto, obviously. Yeah, I said in my review, and I'll stand by it now, this is the toughest knife you can get under $100. These come in at under 60, about 50, I think they're about 58, $59. Just really, really solid. You're looking at, I think Cold Steel calls their fancy plastic Grivex. I think that's what they call it. But you have a nice texture here as far as grip goes. Comfortable ergos. You can choke up. Go here. You can go here for chopping. This Tanto, Cold Steel makes a mean Tanto. This is nice. Triad lock, of course. I like the way this knife folds up. Very, very square. Very smooth. Very, very smooth for a triad lock knife of this size. I mean, look how thick that blade stock is. Geez, let's get that scepter back out here. It's a thick boy. Yeah. Materials here you're looking at, like I already said, the Grivex and 8CR13 MOV, but I don't know if it's the heat treat or the fact that this knife is just, that's a big old chunk of 8CR, but I was actually getting surprisingly good performance out of this knife. surprisingly good performance. Like, I would even go as far as to say performance, like, as far as edge retention goes, like N690-ish. Yeah, just really pleased with this knife. And if you're looking for a beater knife that you just want to beat the absolute crap out of, you can't go wrong with this. There's not a lot of money in it, and it's just built like a tank. My one complaint is the pocket clip. Like most cold steel clips, it'll tear up your pocket. It's pretty tight. I still need to make a leather sheath for this, but just a bad A knife. This is just awesome. So I can highly recommend this one all day long. Cold Steel SR1 Lite. Moving on, let's go and let's talk about the Kershaw Highball. I love this knife. I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of this knife. Geez, this hits a lot of spots just absolutely perfect for me. You can see it has this beautiful clip point blade. Love clip points. The finish on this guy too is got a little bit of a smudge on there. Let's grab a wipe. Get rid of that. But the focus. The finish on this guy is really nice. With this dark upper part here, two-tone finish, and we have the very shiny grinds. It's a steel frame lock. These come in at like $45. I love the pop of blue on the collar. If you guys are familiar with me in this channel, you know I love pivot collars and I love blue. The ergos are so nice for a knife of this size. I mean, this is not a big knife at all. We're looking at a blade that's exactly 3 inches, very slender, and when it folds up, it's just this fuller here being the only means of deployment is very unique, but the action on this is just so good. It's incredible. Oops. I still have trouble with the thumb sometimes. Here, watch. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it off camera. So just take my word for it. Yeah, there we go. It's easier to do the thumb when you're not under the camera. But the reverse flick is just incredible. The thumb flick too, once you get the hang of it, it's nice. But anyways, I'm going to stop embarrassing myself. Just a very nice knife. Very unique. The Kershaw XL, they just dropped this year. And oh, man. I need to get one of those in because I have a feeling I like it quite a bit. But this is just, it's classy. It's useful. Very slicey. And this is very thin behind the edge. Nice flat grind. D2 steel. This is really, I'm surprised this knife isn't more popular than it is. I think more attention is coming to it now that the XL is out. But this knife should honestly be this should be something that Kershaw's really, really proud of. Running on bearings. It's unique. You know, not a lot of people are doing stuff like this. This is nice. I really do like that. Okay, we're going to try the thumb flick one more time. See if I can embarrass myself one more time. Yep. Oh my gosh. Hey, there we go. Can I do it twice? I doubt it. Yeah, I was right. It's easier when you're not under the camera. But love this knife, Kershaw Highball. I can recommend this all day long. This is great. Love that knife. Moving on, the Kubey KU200. This is going to be a kind of hard knife to track down, but I like this knife quite a bit. These cost $85. You're looking at S35VN, carbon fiber, titanium frame lock. This is something else. I've had this knife for quite a while. Really do like it. Really nice clip point blade. The complaints I had about it back then still stand true. It's got a new edge on it, by the way. I sharpened it up just for this video. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, the complaints that I had about it back then still stand. The blade to handle ratio is a little bit weird. When it's closed, the flipper tab looks like it's in a weird position, but the action's really good. And it's just sharp around all the edges. It's just kind of sharp. But I really do like this knife quite a lot. And it's, yeah, like right there is sharp. But the carbon fiber is decent carbon fiber. I mean, it's not the best I've seen, but it's definitely actual carbon fiber. And yeah, I really like this knife. There's not a whole lot to say about. Oh, the clip is polarizing. You're either gonna like it or love it. The lanyard holes in the bolster is a little bit controversial, maybe, but no, I mean, for $85, yeah, all day, every day. This is really, really good at $85. There's really not much more to say about it other than that. I guess I will qualify what I'm saying. I got it for $85. The price on these does tend to fluctuate. If you see one, go ahead and pick it up. They're pretty nice. I enjoy it. So that is a Kubey KU 200 TC or something. It's got a bunch of other numbers that go with it. The Gerber Flatiron. I almost called it the fastball. The Gerber Flatiron D2 version. I did review the 7CR version as well, but I don't want to get that knife out because it sucks. The 7CR version of this knife sucks. But this version here, I am still enjoying this knife. It is vastly better than the original Flatiron. And knocking stuff over off screen. I swear, guys, I do that every video. If you're a fan of the Flatiron design, this is the one that you need to go with. This is just so much better than the original. And I've admitted there might be some bias here. I have bias towards this design. It's probably one of the knives that got me, well, definitely is one of the knives that got me into actual high-end knife collecting. It's a good knife. The action is so much better than on the old version. Ergos are good. You have this nice choke up. It's not super thin behind the edge, but it's a good hardworking knife. It looks nice too. You have a very, very shiny satin finish blade, which yes, it collects smudges, but you know, this blue micarta is nice. On the back here, you have the gray with the silver. It looks really, really nice. Moving on to the CJRB Gobi. As you can see, I did review these two together. Maybe I should have done them separately, but we have the Amazon exclusive version with the AR RPM 9, and then we have the basic in D2. Yeah, I honestly think that the Gobi is one of the most underrated knives in CJRB's lineup. The ergos are very nice. Very, very nice. The action on both of these is just, oh, it's so snappy. These knives, they have a very distinctive, just authoritative way of just snapping out, which I really, really like. And on the AR RPM 9 versions, the colors are really, really nice. Another thing that this knife does excellently well is the pocket clip. The CJRB Gobi has a perfect pocket clip. Look at that. Yeah, recessed clip with flat screws. These are a joy to carry. You know, considering that they're so thin, they're pretty light, and they're not small knives. They are full-size knives. If you don't like, you know, that Persian trailing blade, upswept tip, whatever you want to call it, then this probably isn't the knife for you. But honestly, this is a pretty useful knife shape. You can do plenty of slices. You have a nice point, and actually, this area here where it curves up sharply is not bad for kind of utility cuts. It's not the best. I'm not saying it's the best, but it does work at it. I'm a big fan of CJRB. The price on these is really, really good. These are 35 bucks. I think, well, this one's 35 bucks. I think this one's about 45 for the upgrade in steel. Great G10. Just, I love the pivot collars. My only real complaint is that here on the AR RPM 9 version that I have, at least, they did a terrible job with the edge termination. Compare that to this one where it's just nice and crisp and very, very good. And another thing I guess I just don't understand, AR RPM 9 is a stainless steel, but they have it coated, whereas D2, which is only semi-stainless, is stone-washed. I don't know, that's just for me, that's just a little bit weird, but these are really, really cool knives. This one is just, they look amazing. They're very distinctive, great actions, great performance. This one is thinner behind the edge than this one, but still, just very comfortable. Love these knives. They have the contoured G10 with the inset liners. Great little back spacers. There's a whole lot to love about these two budget knives. They really do kind of punch up above their price category. So, these have been the CJRB Gobi. Love those knives a whole lot. And the last knife that we're going to go over real quick here is a CRKT Tuna. This remains, to this day, one of my favorite CRKT knives. And look at this action. This is the best Teflon action I've ever experienced. Very, very snappy knife. The ergos are really good. It's a Lucas Burnley design. Steel frame lock. We've got pivot collars again. I love pivot collars and cool back spacers. And amazing clips. This clip is very good. Love this clip. Everything about this knife is just EDC perfection. Except for the blade steel. I wish the blade wasn't 8CR13 or 14 or whatever it is. This would be an excellent candidate to do the D2 treatment to. However, that being said, Blade HQ has a version that's in S35VN. Those go for about 140 bucks. That has tempted me more than once, I can tell you that. But this is... You're looking at about 55 bucks for one of these. Is that overpriced? 100%. 100%. And when I bought this knife, I knew it was overpriced. I knew that was going to be my opinion on it. But I couldn't help but just love this knife for what it is. And what it is just amazing. On paper, this knife is something that I would hate. You know, if someone just said, hey, we want to give you a $50 knife that is a steel frame lock with 8CR13 MOV blade steel and Teflon washers, I would have said, nah, I'm good, bro. But I got this knife because I love the design, and it's... I can't deny that it's a good knife. Just, you know, with the 8CR13, just sharpen her up. But lockup is solid. It's, as far as EDC knives go, you can't do much worse than this. Or said that wrong. This is good. This is good. I like this knife a whole lot. And CRKT, please start using better steels. I know you guys have D2 or 12C27. If this was in 12C27, I would love it. Be even better if you guys start using stuff like 14C or, I don't know, N690 or, heck, CRKT just moved to VG10. I know VG10 is kind of, you know, losing its popularity elsewhere, but heck, 8CR13 lost its popularity a long time ago. Move to VG10, CRKT, if you just love being behind the curve. Alright, rant over. This is a good knife. Alright, well, that'll wrap up the video. I'm curious to know if you guys want to see more videos like this. Maybe, you know, I'll do long-term updates on all the knives I review, and I'll do bulk quick reviews kind of like this. I do encourage you to check out the full reviews on each of these knives. The reviews on all of these knives are some of my older videos, so it might not be as nice, although my videos nowadays aren't that nice, but give them a check. I do a lot of usage testing and stuff. But yeah. As always, if you like this video, go ahead and leave it a like. Don't be afraid to comment below. Tell me that I'm stupid. Tell me that I got my opinion wrong on some of these knives. Tell me down below if you agree with me. And click that subscribe button. I've been Gideon Stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.